gents, first of all, how do you prepare for each game? Mark, you want to start?
We usually meet a good hour before each training session, each game, and speak about how we want to approach the game. Obviously before that we've analysed the opposition in and out of possession, and then how we want to approach attacking wise and defensively. So that's sort of how we do things, and go into as much detail as we can to give the players before the training sessions and then into the match day.
So speaking on preparation, each group of players, say the strikers, do you have drills that you set out for them? Is it all one team and then split off into separate groups afterwards?
Yeah, it can be, yeah. So there's some individual work around there. Some of the stuff we do is the whole sort of season's based on a curriculum, if you like. So we have different loads physically for the players, so we know what we want them to get out of the session, and then the topic that we pick that week, we make sure that whether it's an attacking based one, we might then focus a little bit individually on the defenders. If it's an defensive based one, we might do some finishing with the strikers just to make sure that they get, they're not being left out for a week at a time. But physically, the sort of season set out from the start of the year. We sat down in pre-season and worked out exactly what we wanted. So every session was planned effectively through pre-season, and then it just becomes what's the focus for this week, and that might change what we know, whether it's going to be a big session or a little session, at the start of the season, really. So
yeah. That's the analysis bit, like you mentioned about different sides, attacking or defensive. If a team sets up defensively, do you tweak tactics pre-game after analysing what they're doing, or is it you always set out the same plan every game, like no matter what, this is how we're playing?
It depends on the opposition, and depends what we've seen, whether we go to watch a game live or we've got a video of them. And I suppose we also try and preempt what teams are going to do against us, whether that be their formation or players. So it's a little bit of a tactical cat and mouse, I suppose, but we've got principles that we stick to as a team, and how we want to play, and our expectations, etc. So we try and stick to those principles as much as you can. Otherwise, you're changing too much for the lads, all the time, and the lads are aware of those principles. And yes, they're tweaked in certain situations and against certain teams, but they generally are the principles that we stick to for the season.
So finally, obviously game by game, I say you tweak things, but do you then think of this next fixture immediately after this game's passed? So say the last game deals with this, right, Clyde, obviously it's not happened tonight, but this is what we need to do for this game, and straight on it, straight away.
Absolutely, I mean, we can't affect what happened against Gilsfield. Now it's gone. We look at the game, obviously, and we take the positives out of it and try to work on the negatives, but we can't affect anything, like I said, and the next game is the most important one.
Awesome, cheers fellas.